Hello, good evening. It's a beautiful Sunday evening, day number 17 in the month of August 2025. My name is Kennedy Mona, and welcome to Iron Port here on Metropolitan Television. Iron Port is proudly brought to you by the Ghana Revenue Authority, GWEL PLC, Serene Insurance, Ghana Link Network Services, Meridian Port Services, MPS, and indeed Phoenix Insurance. The show is proudly powered by the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, GPHA. And our media partner on this journey of a lifetime is the Business and Financial Times, the BNFT. Now, if you want to have a grasp of all that transpired in the show tonight, make a date and grab the Thursday edition of the BNFT, and you'll be able to read all that happened here on the show. Tonight, we are streaming live on our social media pages as usual. On Facebook, we are live at Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Still on Facebook, we are live at Port of Tema. And on YouTube, we are streaming live at Iron Port. And we shall be getting interactive with you also. And so all you have to do is sit back, relax, and grab your phones and send us your messages and comments ahead via our dedicated WhatsApp line, which is 0538-037353. 0538-037353. And when the time is ripe, and I pick signals from the production team, which will activate the phone lines for you to call in and contribute to the discussion. My name is Kennedy Mona. We're going for a quick break. When we return, we'll continue with the show. Please stay with us.
Energy brings you quality choices with Goil Super XP. Available in many Goil stations nationwide. It is fortified with special additives that help your engine perform better and use less fuel. Branch into a Goil station today and energize your ride with Goil Super XP, compatible with most vehicles. Goil Super XP will feel ya, huh? Will be feel. Goil, good energy. Yeah.
Electricity, then pay your taxes. Yeah. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is. You still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
Welcome to today's edition of Serene Insurance Business News. We present to you Serena.
You're right. You can complete an entire insurance process for the purchase of any motor and other insurance products, from onboarding to issuing a motor insurance sticker and policy certificate, all on WhatsApp in less than 10 minutes. Serena is simple to use and it prioritizes user ease and flexibility. You can either use voice notes or text to effortlessly issue your instant policy, cross-platform renewals, claims, and also process your payments through mobile money, Visa, and MasterCard. To engage Serena, just search for Serena Insurance on all social media handles and scan the Serena barcode or save her number 0500 517 114 and start chatting her on WhatsApp immediately.
There you have it. Serena is not just a tool. It's an innovation by Serene Insurance designed to redefine how motor and travel insurance are accessed and managed. Speed, convenience, and reliability.
MPS Terminal 3 is Africa's new state-of-the-art container terminal at Tema Port. For manufacturers, agro-processors and traders, the new port means business can be done faster. This infrastructure boost will improve Ghana's port handling capacity, connect more trading routes, and oil the engine of growth for the economy, creating greater opportunities across all sectors as Africa's markets merge and become the largest trading bloc globally. MPS, we connect, you thrive.
At Phoenix Insurance, we make the unpredictable predictable and the uncertain certain with our range of products, including motor insurance, fire insurance, engineering insurance, marine insurance, accident insurances, and all types of bonds. We have you covered. We also support you with risk management advice to enable you stay focused on your business. Take a policy with Phoenix Insurance today. We help you rise from adversity stronger and more secure. Contact us on 0302 246319 or 0302 246644 or any of our branches, agencies, and brokers spread across the nation. You can as well connect with us on our WhatsApp chatbot. Efiba is waiting to assist you. Make the future predictable with Phoenix Insurance. Phoenix Insurance, a delightful service experience delivered with wisdom.
All right, you're welcome back. It's now time for us to take a look at happenings in the port and shipping industry by way of local news. Enjoy.
A 45-member delegation from Nigeria's elite Defense Intelligence College, currently undertaking the 2025 Advanced Defense Intelligence Officers course, has paid a working visit to the port of Tema as part of a study tour to Ghana. The group, led by Commandant Rear Admiral P.E. Efa, was received by the Tema Port Security Manager, Colonel Daniel Atobra Bonda, alongside other top management officials of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. During the engagement, GPHA's Marketing and Corporate Affairs Manager, Nana A.C. Soderberg, delivered a presentation on the authority's operations, highlighting the strategic role of Tema Port in facilitating trade and supporting Ghana's economy. Colonel Bonda outlined specific security interventions being implemented in collaboration with other security agencies to safeguard Ghana's ports, anchorages, and territorial waters.
In Ghana, we rely on the International Ship and Port Facilities Security Code. We are an ISPS port compliant. And that gives us the opportunity to have the Port Facilities Security Committee, which has members of all these agencies collaborating at one point or the other. There are also subcommittees like the Port Control Unit, which is headed by the Narcotics Control Commission for specific things. We share information and we share intelligence through this organization. And it is very good that states and governments develop that interagency protocol for sharing information.
Rear Admiral Efa told Iron Port that the visit forms part of the college's efforts to strengthen shared interest in defense operations within West Africa, adding that he was pleased with the application of international security protocols at Ghana's ports.
Port security, almost world over, is basically, a lot of ports have adopted the ISPS code. And once you begin to change and to adopt that, then the layup in most ports are similar. So it's heartwarming to know that the Ghanaian port is working with international standards. So that's just what I want to say, that look, they've complied with international standards. Everything is good, everything is smooth. And the fact that they also monitor their harbor, the anchorage areas, using cameras, drones, and other forms of technology, is also heartwarming. So I just give it to them and I say, well done, keep it up.
The visit to Tema Port follows a series of engagements with other maritime security actors such as the Ghana Navy and Ghana Maritime Authority, all geared toward enhancing know-how and skills of security personnel operating along the Gulf of Guinea. The Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority continues to prioritize capacity building as a cornerstone of its strategy to develop a highly skilled workforce capable of responding to the evolving demands of the maritime industry. As part of this commitment, the authority has sustained its investment in the ANTAD Train for Trade program, a globally recognized capacity building initiative designed to equip future port managers with the knowledge and skills to address emerging challenges and seize new opportunities in the sector. The fourth module of Cycle 6, themed Challenges of Sustainable Port, concluded in Tema with 15 participants, all drawn from GPHA across both the Port of Tema and the Port of Takoradi. Over the course of the week, participants explored critical areas such as climate change adaptation, health and safety, environmental management, port security, quality management, corporate social responsibility, and the integration of smart port and digitalization concepts. Representing the Director General of GPHA at the opening ceremony, Engineer Stephen Ampiel, General Manager of the Tema Fishing Harbour, reaffirmed the authority's commitment to the program.
Whilst we are building your capacity, we expect it to translate to the work that you do in your everyday activity, in your everyday work. We expect to see more collaboration with your team members on the work floor, with your supervisors, with your managers, and find ways to share the ideas that you are coming to get from here.
ANTAD expert and course facilitator Paul Hayes said senior leadership at ANTAD is pleased with GPHA's commitment to the program and is equally pleased to contribute towards bringing participants up to speed with best industry practices in the sector.
I bring the best wishes from Mark Assad and the team in Geneva from ANTAD. I know they are really impressed with the way Ghana has facilitated this course, and we're on cycle 6 now, and this is a great opportunity for each of you as delegates to gain this knowledge on this internationally recognized course.
Facilitated by ANTAD experts alongside resource persons from within GPHA, the module also examined future-proofing strategies for ports through the adoption of innovative technologies, environmental stewardship, and socially responsible policies. A delegation from the University of Ghana, Legon, comprising students from the Masters in Maritime Law, Masters in Ocean Governance, and Masters in Natural Resource Law programs, has visited the Port of Tema for a practical learning experience. The educational tour was aimed at giving the students direct exposure to port operations, allowing them to connect the theoretical concepts taught in the classroom with the realities of the maritime industry. Course facilitator and renowned maritime law expert, Dr. Emmanuel Kofimbia, told Ion Port that such visits were crucial in shaping well-rounded professionals.
The idea of bringing them here is for them to have an operational orientation or a more practical orientation to what we are doing by way of theory in the class.
He also touched on emerging trends in maritime law and adjudication, which he believes are essential for today's practitioners.
If you take the container ship behind us, you will find out that a lot of the containers are stacked on deck. You know, hitherto cargo which was stacked on deck and stated as such in the bill of lading were not regarded as cargo. Today, however, a lot of the cargo in containers is stacked on deck, and therefore deck cargo is within the ambit of the rules. So it gives a better appreciation.
Executive Director of the Center for International Maritime Affairs, Ghana, and a student of the program, Albert Derek Fiatui, described the tour as a valuable complement to their academic work.
You know, sometimes in Africa, our challenge is the fact that we go to school to learn things in the books. So we are more theory-based than practical-based. So opportunities like this makes people see firsthand what actually happens practically. And so when after school they are employed to work, they know exactly what they are supposed to do.
Another participant, Deladem Chagli, also shared her impressions, noting that practical orientation would greatly enhance their understanding of the subject matter.
It practicalizes a lot of the things that we've learned, and I think this is something that almost all Ghanaians should know because we import things in Ghana.
During their visit, the group toured the Port of Tema's 3 main operational terminals, observing at first hand the berthing of ships as well as cargo loading and offloading operations.
All right, so those were happenings in the port and shipping industry over the last week by way of local news. We're now going for the word or phrase of the day. And remember, the word or phrase of the day segment has been fashioned to bring you up to speed with the terminologies and jargons we use in the shipping industry. Today's phrase is zero-emission vessel. Zero-emission vessel.
A zero-emission vessel, or ZEV, is a ship whose operational emissions of greenhouse gases are zero or negligible. Such vessels may still generate other pollutants like nitrogen dioxide, but they must meet relevant air emissions regulations. The term emphasizes the elimination of engine-related carbon dioxide emissions during operation, although emissions along the fuel supply chain may remain non-zero.
And now straight on to the health and safety tip for the week. And this week we're talking about site assessment. Site assessment.
Site assessment. A site assessment is the thorough observation, recording, compilation, and organization of all the existing conditions that are present at or affect the design and function of a piece of property. Assess the site for potential hazards like exposed wires or faulty circuits. This would minimize on-site risks and delays. Enhance efficiency by ensuring all necessary resources are available and provides a clear picture of the scope of work.
All right, so we are zooming into our discussion proper tonight, and tonight we are having a part 2 of what we discussed last week. That's the extension of Ghana's Inshore exclusive zone, IEZ, and the implications for industrial fisheries in Ghana. And last week, if you recall, we brought in Mr. Rista Ni Ama-Matthew, who is the Vice President of the National Fisheries Association of Ghana. And we also brought in one other resource person who also came in from the Blue Economy and Governance Consult. And they talked to us about, what their feelings were with respect to what, the industry is to suffer if this particular bill is signed and goes or passes into law. Now, today we've decided to rope in the Ghana National Canoe Fishermen Council to also share some perspectives on what they think, about this particular extension of Ghana's Inshore exclusive zone. And so with us today, again, will be Mr. Rista Ni Ama-Matthew, the Vice President of the National Fisheries Association of Ghana. Good evening, sir, and welcome.
Good evening, Ken.
Absolutely. We are glad to have you again. And also in the studios tonight is Mr. Jojo Solomon, who is the President of the Ghana National Canoe Fishermen Council. That's GNCFC. Good evening, sir, and welcome. If you can please put on your microphone. Absolutely, yes. Absolutely. We are glad to have you. Yes, so let me come to you, Mr. Matthew, for you to give us perhaps a recap of, what happened last week, some of the sentiments and concerns you raised. I mean, I vividly recall the fact that, yes, you indicating that this was not going to be funny in terms of helping industrial fishing in Ghana, and the cost components and everything that goes with it, which seems not right. And your feeling is that this is not based on any scientific conclusions. And so if you can give us a recap, and then I'll come to Mr. Solomon for his initial take.
Well, thank you. We raised the issue of even the substance of the law itself,
yes,
in the first place. That the bill in Section 40 had indicated that the minister, on the advice of the commission, and in consultation with the Ghana Maritime Authority and other stakeholders,
yes,
shall, by gazette, determine what an inshore exclusive zone should be.
Right.
So that was what the substantive law is,
yes,
or substantive provision in the bill,
yes,
is. And then that is interpreted at the interpretation session to mean 12 nautical miles.
Yes.
So the first thing we raise is that consultation to come by gazette cannot be interpreted to mean a fixed value of 12 nautical miles.
Right.
So there is some discrepancy between what the bill is saying in the substance of the law,
yes,
and what it was interpreted to mean in the interpretation column.
Right.
Secondly, we raised issues about the process of engagement, and that at the last engagement with the Select Committee of Parliament, for which meeting the Honourable Minister was present, the subject was raised from the position of the industrial sector. We raised issues that that was not too good, and that the reason they were pushing for that bill, that vessels, industrial vessels were making incursions into the IEZ, could not be verified, because all industrial vessels are hooked onto vessel monitoring systems. And so every vessel is monitored, and not just by the Fisheries Commission, but also by Ghana Maritime Authority and the Ghana Navy. And at any point they make such incursions, they commit an offense. And so there should be some data on those that had committed offenses. And that the complaints that they may be having from our brothers in the canoe sector may be as a result of the fact that the law talks about 30-meter contour depth isobath, or 6 nautical mile, whichever is further. So if the vessel gets to a 30-meter contour depth isobath, and then meets a 6 nautical mile, what is applicable at the time is the 6 nautical mile it meets. Now, if a canoe goes further than the 6 nautical miles to meet another 30-meter contour depth isobath, it may not have taken into consideration the initial 30-meter depth. And because they only measure the depth, they may say that the vessel is fishing within the 30-meter contour depth. Meanwhile, the vessel may have already passed the 30-meter contour depth. And so the 6 nautical miles become the feather, which is applicable. And in that situation, the VMS is unable to hold the vessel for committing an offense. The other issue is that at the meeting, I remember very well when we raised the issue, because it became a bit an issue that we're debating. The last person I heard speak to the subject was Dr. Angela Lamte, when she said that coming up with an IEZ requires a bit more of scientific study. So we should leave the matter for further scientific study, in order that we are sure of exactly what we were doing. Then we raised the issue of understanding our maritime domain. And I remember saying that we have a maritime domain, the EEZ, the entire 200 nautical miles, divided into territorial sea. We have first the inland waters, then we have the territorial sea, which is 12 nautical miles from the baseline, then the contiguous zone, which is 24 nautical miles, and then the EEZ, which is up to 200 nautical miles. And then if we have an extension, the continental shelf may be extended to 350 nautical miles. Now, the territorial sea is defined as part of our territory, our boundaries. And all flag vessels, because I tried to explain that Ghana has flag vessels, and the flag vessels are nationals of Ghana, just like you have local companies. And so to now say that flag vessels, which are nationals of Ghana, can no longer fish within the Ghanaian territory, and that they should go outside of the Ghanaian territory, is discriminatory. It is like saying that you have a company in Ghana, but that company cannot operate within the boundaries of the land. And that is not too good. That is discriminatory. So we also said we are being taken out of the jurisdiction of the country in terms of our boundaries. Then we raised the issue of what it means to do bottom trawling, because the law is that, so we are basically talking about trawling and tuna vessels. So for the trawling, the law is that every trawl vessel must do bottom trawl. Now, if you take the vessels beyond 12 nautical miles, we need to have a clear appreciation of what the depth is. And if you know the depth, you probably may realize that what we call the head rope may not be long enough to touch ground when they are fishing.
Right.
You may not even know the current situation within that sector, that area.
Right.
The gear regime had been reviewed, and the opening had so much been reduced. And you'll be wondering if the gear may be able to effectively fish, because everything about fishing is a gear.
Yes.
Whether the gear would be able to fish within those depths.
Yes.
And the vessel itself, by law, all our trawl vessels are 300 nautical miles maximum.
Okay.
On the average, we have about 300 GLT, gross registered tonnage. On the average, you have about 220 GLT vessels. They are small and light.
Yes.
They are single hull light plate vessels.
Okay.
They are not double hull vessels. They are not heavy plate vessels.
Yes.
They are light plate vessels. If you take them beyond a certain area, you may not know what may happen.
Right.
So you may put the lives of our crew at risk.
Yeah.
Then you are taking them out of your internal jurisdiction.
Yeah.
We have issues with armed bandits at sea. The very recent one, which is less than 4 weeks ago,
You mentioned,
happened in Apam. It was not on high seas.
Yeah.
It was just Apam, off Apam.
Yes.
And they kidnapped 3 people and took them to Nigeria. It took us a lot of effort to bring them back.
Yeah.
So you...
That's after paying some ransom.
Yeah, definitely. I actually did a negotiation. I know what I'm talking about. So you...
How much did you pay?
That is not for public consumption.
Okay.
But you do a lot of... you expose the fishers to some of these dangers.
Right.
And we do not intend to put our own people at risk just because we want to satisfy some conditions.
Right.
And because of some of these and more, and we have looked at the IEZ across African countries.
Yes.
And majority of them are doing 6 nautical miles.
Okay.
Some are doing as low as 3 nautical miles. A few are doing 12 nautical miles. But what we established was that those who are doing 12 nautical miles, like Angola, like Mauritanian, basically do not have flag vessels.
Right.
And they license foreign vessels to do pelagic trawl,
Right.
not demersal trawl.
Yeah.
So the trawling is more of mid-water to surface water fishing.
Not deep,
and these are foreign vessels that are generally very, very large vessels.
Yeah.
You know, we have some vessels that are about 3,000 GLT,
Right.
and these are factory vessels.
Right.
And so they could go into high seas
Yeah.
and go beyond the 200 nautical miles. So basically, by way of introduction, these were some of the issues we raised.
Okay, all right. So let me come to Mr. Jojo Solomon and find out from you. I'm sure you are aware of the current extension of the exclusive economic zone, the Inshore economic zone, exclusive zone, and that's from 6 nautical miles to 12 nautical miles. And so, what does that portend, so to speak, for your association, the canoe fishermen?
Thank you, sir. I would like to ask your permission or indulge you, and then extend our condolences to the President
Absolutely, yes.
of the Republic, his Vice, our Honorable Fisheries Minister,
yes,
and the entire government machinery
Absolutely.
for what has befallen the country.
Sure.
8 heroes, sad. Again, I also want to extend the same condolences to the families of the 16 children who, indeed, are the future leaders of the country.
That's true.
It's a big loss. And then one of our kingpins in the industry by name Dr. Ufurenin,
Right.
or popularly known as Nana Oyeman,
Right.
whose interment will take place at Lashibi on the 26th of September.
Right.
Yes, we mourn all of them.
Right. May their souls find rest in the bosom of the Lord.
Amen. Thank you. Now, I want us to set some records straight.
Right.
especially to do with the discussion on the table.
Yes.
I am the president of the National Fisheries Association.
Yes.
He's my vice.
Right.
So I would want us to set those designations aside.
Okay.
Now I'm sitting here as the president of the National Chief Fisherman.
Yes.
So maybe he will have to also come out with the designation for which reason he's here.
Absolutely.
Because what we are doing now is not the position of NAFAG.
Right.
So I don't want us to use NAFAG
Right.
as the basis for discussion.
Right.
Yes, you asked a question that the extension,
Yes.
what does it bring on board for
yeah.
us? Yes. You see, we have a story to be told.
Yes.
There's a history behind all these things. The issue of the extension is a discussion that's been going on for over 10 years.
Yes.
Thank God today it has seen the light of day. Why am I saying that we have a history? Incursions. In fact, in Richter's presentation, he said there's some kind of hypothesis here that, they may say, we may say, the artisanal fishers may say, it's not that we may say. As the former chief fisherman of Elmina, right. I have presided over a lot of incursion cases where reparations are paid, where damages are paid. Yes. It's not as if we are making up stories.
Yes.
They indeed are real. They come into the 30-meter inshore exclusive zone. So if you go to any fishing community in Ghana today, if you ask any artisanal fisher about these industrial trawlers, what they will tell you simply put is that they should leave our waters. But, we have an international law-binding trade and other.
That was what I was going to ask. Even
Absolutely.
If you're applying the Ghana.
No, so, yes, but from where we are coming from, especially when we are subsistence or artisanal, traditional fishers, it's a way of life. You understand? It's a livelihood issue we are talking about here.
Yes.
And over so many years, we've had issues with these trawlers.
Right.
And so, what we'll normally do is that if they can't leave, then we should push them back.
Right.
Without any recourse to science. I don't know what science informed the 6 nautical miles. I don't know.
Right.
But I also don't know, I'm not also basing our extension on science.
Right.
But on activities of these trawlers.
Right.
This is an industry that takes care of over 3 million livelihoods, over 10% of the population.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what your size is, what your number is.
Yes.
In terms of canoe fishermen.
The fishers themselves, if we have about 14,000 canoes,
right.
On the average, on the low side, we are looking about 10 per canoe, so we're looking at about 140,000 fishers. But those along the value chain, we're up to about 3 million.
Okay.
You understand? When it comes to the issue of job creation, we create our own jobs. Okay. Jobs hitherto government should supply.
Right.
Again, when it comes to food security, every average home can afford a finger or two fish to balance the protein and the carbohydrates. And therefore, this is an industry that we cannot superintend its collapse, period. Now, looking at our next door, things that has happened as a result of the introduction of oil and gas, if care is not taken, and this industry that takes care of over 3 million livelihoods collapses, national security will be an issue. Social vices will be an issue. Even when it hasn't collapsed, you hear sex for fish, this for that. So many things are happening. Drugs are channeled through the pirates. Sometimes come for enforcement from some of these communities and stuff like that. So, you see, it is a critical industry that we must protect. Now, if we are asking that they should go back, it's not because we want another subsector to collapse. No. That is not the issue. We all met with the Parliamentary Select Committee, like he rightly said. The minister was present. It was the final validation. I stood on the floor of the House and I asked for the extension. I didn't see anybody pushing back or countering what the request we made.
Yeah.
So it would be very unfortunate to put the Honorable Minister of the Parliamentary Select Committee on the spot here. Wouldn't be fair. Because it was an open forum.
I don't think he was explicit.
It was because I have had the opportunity. I wasn't here
the last year.
I've had the opportunity to look at and listen to what happened.
Yes.
There's some people sit in the comfort of their offices and then just append their signatures to these things. Which for me, I think it's a little bit unfortunate. When we realized that, they were coming with issues and stuff, and as the president of all the fisher associations, I felt that let's go to the minister and see if we can do further interrogation into because it is not our desire to collapse one subsector for another one to survive. So it is in the process. The minister gave us a fair hearing that they will take it up.
Right.
And so for me, I think even discussing this here is a little bit, of a breach. But since I've been invited here, I will definitely come. Some of these things, I believe, should be for internal discussions. You understand? Except for the fact that if the minister had said no, then now we'll all be on the rampage, seeking what, we require, we desire.
Yes.
But for us, after that validation, this thing to workshop, to hear that some of us are writing to the Speaker of Parliament, they are going to meet the Parliamentary Select Committee, or they've gone to the office of the Chief of Staff, they are writing the presidency. For me, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't really, really work that way. Because there's always a cause and effect syndrome. Fishermen do not know anything about ISOBAT, 30-meter insurance, these things. And I listened to the first tape, and Richter rightly said that UNCLOS demarcates the IEZ. It's a global thing. It's an international thing. So if it is an international thing, and then the same team sits here to say that some people think that some fish in the water belongs to them. If 30-meter inshore exclusive zone has been demarcated for small-scale fishers or artisanal fishers, so to speak, then the fish there, it hasn't been demarcated that we use it as a swimming pool. The resource there belongs to us, period. That is why globally it is called the people's fish. If you sit here and tell me that Ghana, we do not manufacture vessels and therefore we go and bring some people from where who have the vessels to come and harvest the fish, and the fish doesn't go anywhere, it still belongs to Ghanaians, they leave the Ghanaians to harvest their own fish. We haven't said that, we cannot harvest our fish. And even harvesting all this fish, we still have a fish deficit of this kind, so we do importation. So for me, all these jargons about, for me, I think that if we're all, and you see, the most unfortunate thing is that as I speak, and as the head of the president of NAFAG, I've had the occasion to even go to the research to go and have issues with them, discuss issues with them, because these vessels are still landing anchovies, small pelagics. So if you sit here to say that nets have been reduced, they are still doing the bad things out there.
So
we are actually skeptical and suspicious of them. And if you ask me, truly and true be told, Ufi, Pete, or you know my Bibeka, then leave Ghanaians to actually do the bad things in the water. At least they will have some kind of conscience that, look, my grandchildren are coming. If you're going to bring people from outside, because in the name of the fact that we don't manufacture vessels, so vessels will come from outside and can harvest it, they are not taking it away, they are giving it to us. From it's neither here nor there.
Right, let me find out from you. You mentioned in your earlier submission the fact that, yes, this issue has lingered on for more than 10 years. And what are the actual issues?
The actual issue is that, you see, these vessels are predominantly looking for export fish. cuttlefish, squid, prawns, you name them.
Yeah.
And they are low in the IEZ continental shelf. You understand? And over the years, they've destroyed the seabeds with the big metal boats that trawl the seabed. They have destroyed the habitat of the fish where they spawn, the weeds, the rocks, you name them. And so they have very little to catch unless they come within the area designated. And the IEZ, there's no trawling. And that is where the export fish is. So the incursions. So they come, they switch off their lights, and in the course of that, they destroy the gears. And sometimes run some of these canoes over. We've lost a lot of gallant fishermen as a result. It is a nightmare. This particular subsector is a nightmare. But we are dealing with it. So for them to be running helter-skelter, go to parliament, writing we all can write English. If I can't, I'll write in my native language, and I believe that since they are Ghanaians, it will be interpreted to them or they can read. But I think we should be able to coexist. You understand? So mine is that it is a cause and effect syndrome. That is what has actually informed the extension.
Right.
They should take it or leave it.
Right. So
And that if they are going to, and you see, the president is aware. So in his campaign, he said that, look, there won't be closed season for you, the artisanals. Those who are doing the bad things are the trawlers. If I remember. And so at least he has some amount or level of information as to your activities out there. So we don't come and sit here. And this platform is supposed to be is supposed to inform, educate, and entertain.
Yes.
From what I observed from the first interaction with you, I didn't see any information. I didn't see any education. All I saw was entertainment.
I see. Okay, so you said,
and then again, the issue with the pirates. Tuna has nothing to do with the IEZ.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, because they go to Brazil, they are way out there. You understand?
Yeah.
Where these vessels, APAM is within the jurisdiction. So whether they are out there, so why aren't they attacking the tuna vessels who go to Brazil and then, so the issue of when you push them beyond the 12 nautical miles, then you are exposing them to piracy. It's also neither here nor there. It's neither here nor there at all.
So I would want to stick with you a little more before I cross over to Mr. Mafia. I'm sure he's taking notes. You said that some of the trawlers ran over some of your canoes, and that is a rampant feature. I just want to find out how. But your assertion that when you watched the first video, there was nothing informative, there was nothing educative, it was entertainment. I don't know what your definition of information and education is. But we found an area where we found a topic that we thought that was of interest to the nation, and so we sought to bring it up and bring those responsible. For instance, you mentioned the fact that yes, they wrote to various quarters seeking redress and all that, and so we thought that we should elicit from them what their concerns are. Let them tell us what the issues are. And so if you describe it that way, I'm sure you are not being fair to us. If you say you didn't see anything informative, anything educative, it was only entertainment. That's not a fair comment.
Why I'm saying this is that if in one breath you tell me that these vessels are fishing and they're not taking the fish anyway, they bring it to us Ghanaians. Who requested that? Foreigners. In Ghana, it is not allowed for any foreigner to own a vessel, let alone go and bring them to come and fish for us. Right. Who says we can't fish? Since the days of Kwame Nkrumah, we were the State Fishing Corporation. Who were fishing, you understand?
Right.
So if you tell me that, I see it as a funny story that you are making. Two, if trawlers go as far as to Brazil, and the pirates out there, that if you tell me that if we are asking these people to go beyond 12 nautical miles, it means we are exposing them to pirates. For me, I see it also as for anything that makes me funny is entertainment. That is where I'm coming from. You understand? So for me, I think, like I said, I began by saying that we have a story.
Yeah.
We are coming from somewhere.
Yes.
A place where we've had these people actually rape our IZ for a long time.
Yes.
Finally, after so many years, we are getting answers.
Okay, so let me. I asked you the question about running over some of your canoes and all
Yeah.
that. But I don't know. Do you normally report some of these incidents?
Yes.
Okay.
And I have served on the Fisheries Commission board for one term. On this second term, I'm also on the board. And in arbitrations, so many of these things. As I speak right now, currently, there are some issues that we have to even go and settle. And as the chief fisherman of Elmina for so many years, these things were very rampant.
So when you, if it's rampant, when you apprehend some of these things, what are some of the sanctions? Do you have the issues and?
Oh yes, so sometimes they pay the damages, they pay for the canoe cost and then some of the lives and things that are lost. I think we have the records with the Fisheries Commission. It is not as if I'm saying it out of. Okay. There are facts and figures. Maybe they can be around 3. We'll bring Fisheries Commission and they will bring the data on these incursions.
Right.
So
okay.
it's not.
Right. So let me come to Mr. Niama Amafio. You've heard the issues raised by Mr. Jojo Solomon. I'm sure you were taking notes. So if you would respond before I move on with my next question. Yeah.
Quite interesting. You see, I won't sit anywhere to say I'm a proper fisherman.
Yeah.
It's not.
You've always said that.
Yes, it's not. I started fishing with my cousins when I was in GHS1.
Yeah.
11, 12 years.
Yes.
So there is no canoe fishing activity I do not know. I have sat in the smallest canoe.
Yeah.
The one that you sail to fish. That's where I learned my fishing.
Yes.
I've sat in the poly fishing, and at least 80% of my cousins are fishermen.
Right.
The chief fisherman from Tema is from my family. So I am not new to the fishing industry.
Yeah.
The Canoe Owners Association in Tema, I formed it.
Right.
So the canoe fishing sector is not new to me.
Right.
So I won't sit anywhere for anybody to say things about the fishing industry as if I do not know. When we talk about the total contribution of the fishery sector, it's not just the canoe.
Yeah.
It's the entire fishery sector.
Yeah.
The tuna. And the tuna alone brings in over $200 million annually.
Right.
We were doing some $400 million because we have almost all the pole and line vessels collapsed. Because we are not getting, we had issues with the canoe people over anchovies. Right. Basically, it led to the collapse of the pole and line sector. We've lost so much as a country from that. Now, the basic issue of accident at sea, I've seen my cousins not fishing vessels.
Yeah.
You are in the port. Sometimes the merchant vessels run through fishing nets that are on their way, and they may not have seen them.
Yeah.
There have been instances where vessel is sailing, passing. Fishermen have their net at night. Yeah. There may not even be buoys on light on them. They run over them. In the morning, they go to the office and say, our net was here at night. The fishermen, the vessel ran over it, and we lost our net. And then the companies are compelled to pay because it was an accident at sea. I have done alley fishing. We go fishing around 5, 6 p.m. We lay our net, we cast the net long. And so the net may be about 300, 400, sometimes 500 meters long.
Right.
And then it will be lying in the sea. We will be sleeping. By morning, 3 a.m., we start pulling to see if we have made some catches.
Yeah.
When the net is that long and the vessel runs over them, you may not see it. It doesn't mean that the vessel is fishing in the easy.
Right.
It means that the vessel is passing.
Right.
We need to differentiate between the vessel fishing in the IEZ and the vessel passing and there is an accident at sea.
Yeah.
There are two distinct issues that we need to very issues of they are foreigners, take them out. I have 5 tuna vessels in my fleet that are Ghanaian flag. in my company.
Yes.
We have 2 trawlers in our company that are Ghanaian flag. We have 2 Belize flag vessels that are tuna vessels.
Yes.
And then we have 2 pole and line vessels that we are not fishing because it is no longer profitable.
Yes.
So in my company, under my company, we have 9 vessels.
Right.
7 of them are tuna vessels, 2 of which are foreign flagged.
Yes.
2 of them are trawlers, and 2 of them are pole and line. So they are 11.
Yes.
We are not, the pole and lines are not working. Now, by law, Ghanaians can charter a vessel. Ghanaians can acquire a vessel through hire purchase.
Right.
And Ghanaians can acquire a vessel as an outright sale.
Right.
This matter came up, it went to Yoko. Now, if the vessel is acquired through a hire purchase, Ghanaians own it.
Yes.
But the ownership is delayed until you have done your payment.
Yes.
The law, as it stands, allows for 25% foreign crew in a vessel.
Yes.
So, for instance, in all our tuna vessels, all the captains, 100%, are Koreans.
Right.
Because you don't have a single, when we've been raising, you don't have a single Ghanaian trained captain that could fish. We don't have them. The regional
Maritime
University train navigators. They don't train fishing captains. We've met them. We've even requested to have a tuna faculty. It's not been possible.
Right.
So if you do not have crew, and we have Ghanaians who are fishing in vessels in Scotland and other places,
right,
and it doesn't make the company foreign owned or Ghanaian owned.
Right.
The companies are Ghanaian owned or they are joint venture arrangement as per law.
Yeah.
And these are clear legal provisions.
Absolutely.
Now, so when you find a Ghanaian flag vessel and you say they are foreigners, they should leave the country, it's a bit worrying. When it comes to issues of illegality, the trawlers are some of the most regulated, the industry, some of the most regulated sectors. Ghana is one country that basically overly regulates our fishing industry.
Right.
Look, for an offense within the trawl sector, the fine is $1 million. If a vessel incurs into the IEZ, the fine is $1 million.
Right.
And I'm sure the ministry will be too happy to be imposing $1 million fines on vessels that incurs into the IEZ to fish. So if they are not imposing the fines, means that vessels are not
infringing.
We used to have 107 trawlers. And then, like I said, 37 tuna vessels.
Yes.
Now we have actively...
That's for the trawl sector?
No, the industrial sector.
Industrial sector, yes.
Actively, we have 19 tuna vessels.
Okay.
Of the 37. And then we have 45 trawlers working. If they are distributed along the shorelines of Ghana, I'm not sure they may even be able to do much. We have over 13,000 canoes. I do not want to use the occasion to discuss who is doing illegalities. This is not the occasion. The occasion is to look at whether or not the decision falls within the principle of getting everybody to have a fair share of the national resources. 6 nautical miles, which is what is happening globally, is about 11 kilometers. 11 kilometers from the baseline is quite a distance. If you do 22 nautical miles,
12 nautical miles,
12 nautical miles, it is 22 kilometers from the baseline. That is very far. I pick my vessel, and all I do is to swim, and most of the trawlers trawl and then the tuna vessels go towards the east. Is to steam to wherever I'm going, and then go further 22 kilometers. The quantum of fuel I will consume. And then we raise issues of, if it's trawlers, the law says do bottom trawl, the size of the vessel and all of that. These are issues that we are raising, that you cannot just do these things without any scientific backing. There is a reason you are doing nautical miles. And the 6 nautical miles is not exclusive to industrial trawl.
Sure.
The law says that nobody, so even if you have a canoe and you want to trawl in the 6 nautical miles, it's not allowed. It's not just trawlers. Industrial vessels are not allowed to fish at all in the 6 nautical miles or 30-meter contour depth, as may be the case. But then, when it comes to trawling, nobody's allowed to trawl in the 6 nautical miles. There's also that misconception about how a trawl gear looks like. A trawl gear has a head rope. It has 2 trawl doors, what we call altar doors. The altar doors are not flat. They are not heavy. If you come to the port, you are in the port, so you know. The altar doors are straight metal boards that with thickness of less than 4 inches. That stands upright. And the truth is that the altar doors do not even sit in the bottom of the sea. If you've done trawl, you were in US with me, so you saw how you saw the altar doors.
Absolutely, yeah.
So they could not get into the bottom of the sea and break rocks like people. Then you have the sweep of the net. You saw the sweep. It has balls that is made of either ties or something that roll. They are rollers. And they are rollers because they have to roll over the rocks. Because if the net gets entangled in the net, it will get torn.
Yeah, that's true.
So you have rollers that will have to roll. So when people say, and they've used their trawl to break all the rocks, I ask myself, do you really understand what it means to how the trawl gear is designed? If you have an appreciation of how the trawl gear is designed and how it works, and then at the end of the gear, there's a cordant, which is like a sack where the fish gets into. Now, if you design a proper trawl gear and you want to discriminate, you could introduce what we call square meshes when you have studied fish behavior properly. And the square meshes will not close under tension. So if you have smaller fish, they will move out. The perception that when you are giving license to do bottom trawl, you cannot at any time get demersal, a pelagic, it's also not very true. If the demersals are always at the surface of the sea, then all year round, people will not use light to pull them up. But there are times when the demersal, the pelagic are either in the middle or at the bottom of the sea because they feed on plankton. It is when the season is up, when there's upwelling, that they follow food up and come up to eat. We need to understand have a better understanding of how the fish behave, and then we will be able to clearly define what we are dealing with. So it is also not the case that there are instances where people have infringed on the law. The ministry had, for instance, withheld licenses of 4 vessels for infringing on the laws. So it means that there's a law that works, both against the tuna and against the trawl vessels. And when they infringe the law, the ministry or the Fisheries Commission cracks the whip on them. So, you see, it shouldn't look like it is an open thing and they are the people who are doing the criminal things. There are 13,000 canoes. Because I've done canoe fishing, and I know we have hook and line, which is fairly neat. We have Ali. It's basically collapsed because you don't have the target fish, the sardinella and the mackerel, the way we used to have them. Normally, the Ali fishing happens around May, June, July. And then it ushers in the upwelling season. It's no longer happening the way it used to happen. Then you have the wacha, which generally happens around the minor upwelling, January, February, March, thereabout. And then when you have in the upwelling, you target the sardinella and then the other fish. And then from September, what we normally do will be to target the anchovies, which comes around September, because they come closer to shore. And so around September, what fishermen normally target are the anchovies, the Kita school boy. So the fishing sector itself is structured, and the artisanal sector is structured along that line.
Yeah.
So if we are having challenges with the sector, we need to start looking at what is the problem with our industry. And that's what some of us keep talking about, that where is the problem? We are having a lot of environmental challenges. We're destroying a lot of fishery habitats. It's also not true that the trawlers are targeting just, what do you call them, just the cuttlefish, and we don't even have shrimpers in Ghana. So nobody is deliberately targeting shrimps. And most of our shrimps are in the east.
Right.
Because you have a lot of mangroves in the east. So most of our shrimps are in the east. But we don't have a single shrimper in Ghana.
Right.
So nobody is doing shrimping. We don't have scallops or shellfish. So you don't have scallop dredge. If you have scallop dredges in the country, you probably may say that they are a bit more destructive because they are heavy metals that are dragged. And I hope you saw a scallop dredge when we went to US. That are dragged. But we don't have scallops, so we don't have dredges in the country. We only have trawl nets.
Right.
And these are normal fishing nets with trawl doors that opens them. So we need to understand how the setup is. When it comes to the tuna sector, yes, the tuna sometimes go very far. The last issue with the pirates was not on a tuna vessel. It was on a trawl vessel.
Right.
Off a palm. Now, my tuna vessels had the incidents, the unfortunate situation of getting pirates hijacking it and taking 5 people, 3 Chinese, 1 Korean, and 1 Russian.
Yes.
One of the pole and lines vessel, AP-70, they hijacked the captain, who was also the shareholder, and took him. And a number of them. So there's been hijacks for both tuna vessels and trawl vessels. Currently, the tuna vessels take armed guards on our vessels. The Navy provides armed guards on our vessels because our vessels are fairly large, and so we are able to take armed guards into our per-same vessels. When it comes to our pole and line vessels, we are unable to take armed guards because the vessels are not big. Because you need to create space for the Navy. They cannot just be in there. The trawlers are much smaller. And because they fish in internal waters, the issue of taking armed guards doesn't arise. Now, when you take them outside of the territory, now we have to now look for armed guards. Normally, the number of sailors the trawlers take, and if they have 30 sailors on the vessel, there may only be 3 or 4 Chinese. Normally, the captain, the chief engineer, the bosun, and the first officer are normally the foreigners you have on the vessel. All the others are Ghanaians. The reason the trawlers take a lot more fishermen is also because you need to sort out quickly before the sun comes up. Otherwise, all your fish will go bad. So you need to have a lot more hands for easy sorting. Now, and I have a lot of relatives who have migrated from, that's why they are limited education, from Kenun to Inshore to trawl, and some have moved into tuna. So we employ a substantial number of people. The trawl fish is all over. The tuna fish is all over the country. So it's also not the case that we are, and we are not provide. We can fish for the vessels. The companies belong to Ghanaians. Otherwise, there won't be National Fishing Association of Ghana. The leadership of are not foreigners. The people who represent Gita and tuna, like us, are not foreigners. And we represent our interests in our various companies. We don't represent anybody's interest. I'm a shareholder in my company. I'm a director in my company. I don't represent foreign interests. I represent my interest because it is our resources that the law says for tuna, because it is a straddling stock and it's a shared stock, you need to have at least 50% Ghanaian shareholdership. For trawl, the law says have 100% Ghanaian ownership, and it's not just ownership, it's beneficial ownership. And we need to differentiate between beneficial ownership and ordinary ownership. The beneficial owner is the person who gets the benefit of the activity.
Right.
And if the law says that you can do bareboat charter, bareboat charter simply means that I come to you, you have a boat, and I say, look, can you give me your boat? I will put crew in it, and every month I'll pay you so much. So it doesn't matter the nationality of the vessel. You could do a bareboat charter. The law allows for hire purchase. I come and I say, can you give me your vessel? I'll work with it. I'll pay you over time. And you say, okay, if I'm giving you my vessel and you pay over time, I have to be in there to know exactly what you are doing.
Yes.
So that I will take my rent until you finish paying.
Yes.
Meanwhile, when I bring the fish, I'll give you the fish to sell. But we have to deal with the cost for which we are able to go fishing. Because you see, the moment you put your vessel on the sea,
the cost of running the vessel,
you have started running costs. You buy fuel, you buy food, you do so many things before, so you are already running costs. It's not an activity that you finish and you say, I'm done, and so I'm now coming to pay. You start with the cost. So you must land some quantity of fish in order to, so when you can say, let's take out our costs for fishing, then sell for profit. That becomes your benefit. Meanwhile, we need to take our rent.
Absolutely.
And that is the arrangement in place. So there's so much misinformation out there. And it makes it look like it's only in Ghana that we do trawling.
Right. Okay, so let me, I've been told that our time for break is even past. So this is our report here on Metro TV, and tonight we're taking a look at part 2 of the extension of Ghana's inshore exclusive zone, and that's from 6 nautical miles to 12 nautical miles, and the implications for industrial fisheries in Ghana. Let's go for this break. When we return, we'll continue the discussion. Please stay with us.
Energy brings you quality choices with Goil Super XP, available in many Goil stations nationwide. It is fortified with special additives that help your engine perform better and use less fuel. Branch into a Goil station today and energize your ride with Goil Super XP, compatible with most vehicles. Goil Super XP, Wufilia, huh? Wubefi. Goil, good energy. Yeah.
Electricity, then pay your taxes. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Tell God, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is. You still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water. Or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
Welcome to today's edition of Serene Insurance Business News. We present to you Serena.
You're right. You can complete an entire insurance process for the purchase of any motor and other insurance products, from onboarding to issuing a motor insurance sticker and policy certificate, all on WhatsApp in less than 10 minutes. Serena is simple to use and it prioritizes user ease and flexibility. You can either use voice notes or text to effortlessly issue your instant policy, cross-platform renewals, claims, and also process your payments through mobile money, Visa, and MasterCard. To engage Serena, just search for Serena Insurance on all social media handles and scan the Serena barcode or save her number 0500 517 114 and start chatting her on WhatsApp immediately.
There you have it. Serena is not just a tool. It's an innovation by Serene Insurance designed to redefine how motor and travel insurance are accessed and managed. Speed, convenience, and reliability.
MPS Terminal 3 is Africa's new state-of-the-art container terminal at Tema Port. For manufacturers, agro-processors and traders, the new port means business can be done faster. This infrastructure boost will improve Ghana's port handling capacity, connect more trading routes, and oil the engine of growth for the economy, creating greater opportunities across all sectors as Africa's markets merge and become the largest trading bloc globally. MPS, we connect, you thrive.
At Phoenix Insurance, we make the unpredictable predictable and the uncertain certain with our range of products, including motor insurance, fire insurance, engineering insurance, marine insurance, accident insurances, and all types of bonds. We have you covered. We also support you with risk management advice to enable you stay focused on your business. Take a policy with Phoenix Insurance today. We help you rise from adversity stronger and more secure. Contact us on 0302 246319 or 0302 246644 or any of our branches, agencies, and brokers spread across the nation. You can as well connect with us on our WhatsApp chatbot. Efiba is waiting to assist you. Make the future predictable with Phoenix Insurance. Phoenix Insurance, a delightful service experience delivered with wisdom.
All right, so welcome back. This is our report. Remember, tonight we're taking a look at part 2 of the extension of Ghana's inshore exclusive zone from 6 nautical miles to 12 nautical miles. And we're taking perspectives from Mr. Richard Matthew, who is the Vice President of the National Fisheries Association of Ghana, NAFAG. He also wears other caps, and indeed Mr. Jojo Solomon. Indeed, he is the President of NAFAG, but he's also the President of the Ghana National Canoe Fishermen Council, CFC. Let me come to you, Mr. Solomon. I've also been told that we can activate the phone lines for callers to call in. And so the number to dial is right on your screen, 0245834980, 0245834980. You can call in and contribute to the discussion. Let me find out from you if the role that artisanal fishermen play in terms of sustainability and all that, because there are some people who also criticize you that you also contribute to overfishing. How would you respond to that?
Thank you, sir. Like I said, the artisanal sector is a traditional sector, a small scale sector, a subsistence. So those along the coast have their mainstay as fishing.
Right.
So the size would depend on the size of the population. So I don't think that. And again, if we cannot be faulted because the system, we have regulators, like you said. The system has allowed, as until recently when we put a cap, a moratorium, has allowed, anybody who indeed finds it fit or can go out there, get your canoe, and then you are fishing. So I don't think we as fishers can be faulted, because that's all we know. It's like you go to Sunyani, all they know is cocoa.
Yes.
So come here, it's fishing, and therefore, depending on the size and the population explosion will determine how many people are into fishing. So but I'm surprised to hear that these vessels do not tamper with our marine ecosystem. You understand? Right. They do not tamper with our coral reefs. They have not destroyed anything on the seabed. I am entirely surprised. Now, I also want to place it on record that fishers do not have anything to do with tuna vessels.
Okay.
All the accusing fingers are pointing to the trawlers.
All right.
Because of the incursions.
Accusing fingers are pointed to trawlers.
Industrial
I'll come
trawlers.
back and you continue.
Okay, sir.
Okay. But let's go to Tema and welcome Nana Kwame. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Awesome. Please shoot.
Yeah, I want to say a very good evening to Nana Jojo Solomon.
Yes.
For his good work and all that he has done for the country and the fishing industry.
Right.
And God bless him. And we need more men like him to help with our fishing industry to fix the problem that we have in our fishing industry. I'm grateful to God for his life and family.
Right. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, so you can...
Yeah, so like we say, now we are hearing about...
You said accusing fingers are pointing to the trawlers.
Industrial trawlers, because of the incursions. I'm surprised they are saying that.
You have evidence. Like he said, he pointed earlier that we have the Ghana Navy, we have the Ghana Maritime Authority, we have the Fisheries Commission,
absolutely.
all monitoring activities there.
And the reports are there. We have the data.
When you are caught, you are fined from $1 million.
Absolutely. And I have sat on arbitration committees. Yes. We find them, they've paid dumping of the people's fish. And also, I mean, the data is there. Right. I would not want to even belabor that point.
Right.
We can always invite the Fisheries Research and the Monitoring Control and Surveillance Unit. They'll bring the data.
Right.
Now, about the high pitches thing.
Yes.
It's a hoax. How many Ghanaians have benefited from the high pitches that we say that this trawler now belongs to Mr. Asante. This trawler belongs to Mr. Ama.
Yes.
You understand? Why is Ghana suffering?
The law requires that you have a joint, you can have a joint arrangement, joint partnership, 50%.
I don't know about that. But what I'm saying is that we have issues with beneficial ownership, the real owners.
Right.
We have people fronting. You all manner of.
Are these issues that you have concrete evidence to?
Concrete. Very concrete evidences. I mean, like I said, at least I've been privy to, arbitrations, and therefore some of these things we have sat on and on and on and on. Anyway, that is even not for me. We can call the statutory bodies to come and speak to the issues.
Right. So are you saying that it's not possible that if I have money, for instance, the bareboat thing that he said, if I have money sitting somewhere and I want to venture into this industry, I'll go to the regulators, I take the necessary permits and licenses.
Why would they give it to you?
I go to charter a vessel, bareboat, recruit the crew myself and put them to work. Is that not something that I can do?
Why, if the law permits it, why wouldn't they allow it?
Yeah.
But how many of them are into it? Mine is that, you point fingers to those who have benefited as a result. You understand? Now, if you look at Ghana having had the yellow card for how many years? And let us look at what informed the European Union to slap Ghana with the yellow card.
Okay, well, I'll come back to you. Yes, let's go on to the lines and welcome Nia Dote. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Awesome. Please go ahead.
Okay, so thank you for the opportunity. My name is Nia Dote itself.
Right.
I'm calling from Kokodite. I'm the chief fisherman for Kokodite.
Okay.
Good evening to Manajojo and Mr. Niyama.
Yes.
Yes, so I have listened to the conversation and I want to contribute. What I want to say is that I'm really shocked about the issues Mr. Ama is discussing on television tonight, because I feel like they want to go behind the minister to behave as if they were left out in the meeting. But I quite remember I was in the meeting with Mr. Niyama when the review of the bill was brought to Alisa Hotel. And he knew all these things. He never mentioned that extending the inshore exclusive zone from 6 nautical miles to 12 will be a source of worry to them. My brother, I want to tell you that small-scale fishers, we have suffered in the hands of these trawlers for long. And we thank God now the ministry has given us a listing here, and they have extended the easy zone from 6 to 12. Even the 6, the trawlers do come to our territory and they fish at night. In the morning, then they will run back to their zone. So Mr. Aman shouldn't say his people have not been fishing in our zone. And they destroy a lot of nets and even cost life, like my president is saying. Ghana is not the only country that has been giving small fishers from 6 nautical miles to 12 nautical miles. Other countries have also done. So they should leave us alone and let us operate peacefully in our jurisdiction. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nia Dote. Yes, all right.
So we are SSF, small-scale fishers. But as small as we are too big to ignore.
Right.
Because we are taking care of livelihoods, homes. We are providing protein content, animal protein, to the country to the tune of between 60 and 70%. You understand? Mine is that we are not saying all these things to allow the president to do something that will collapse another sub. They are an important subsector as well. They are important. But for them to start running helter-skelter, going to parliament, writing to the Speaker of Parliament, going to the Chief of Staff, going to the presidency, then we'll take them leg for leg, boot for boot. I promise you that.
You take what?
We'll take them leg for leg, boot for boot. Because you see, they are crying foul. They are playing victims here. Yeah. There's so much misinformation there. There's so much. If I tell you the bad things these people have done over the years, that he won't even concede one around this table.
But these are things you just mentioned that are not done intentionally.
Intentionally.
Some of these things happen accidentally.
AIS has captured all these things. I am telling you that you can call on the Fisheries Research and then the monitoring control, bring them around this table, and they'll give you data.
Mr. Matthew, I would want to find out from you whether you see a potential for joint resource management agreements between yourself and the inshore fishers in the near future.
I think that we need to understand something quite clearly, because I'm not here to discuss what ills are happening in the artisanal sector or in the industrial sector, because there is a regulator whose responsibility is to regulate everything.
Identify those,
and the regulator, unless you are saying that, because I have a vessel that has an EMS, electronic monitoring system on it.
Yes.
I have a vessel that has a vessel monitoring system and has an observer.
Right.
You get it? Yes. I have a vessel that is observed every second of the day.
Yeah, because you have an observer in there that
and
goes.
Even the VMS, you see, the VMS doesn't shut off at night. By law, when your VM, for any reason, your VMS goes off, you are required to do hourly reporting of your activity.
Right.
And then you proceed straight to port. You don't stay at sea.
Yeah.
You see, and I always, because you were with us in the US.
Yes.
When you trawl and you do your sorting, there will be fish that will be left.
Yes.
In India, they have vessels that go around to pick those fish and they use them for other purposes.
Right.
In Ghana, we have a law that says you cannot dump. And when you land them to, it's an offense.
Yes.
So you need to now look at how the law is shaped.
Right.
So it's not just about saying that some people are, because like I said, I come from a typical fishing family. I've been in fishing in canoe and spent 3 days at sea. Yeah. I know everything that every canoe does.
Yes.
But this is not the forum to come and sit and talk about what canoes are doing, because you see, I had more of my family, 80% of my relatives are fishermen.
Yeah.
They own canoes. I have shares in some of them.
Right.
So this is not the time to come and sit here and be talking about the ills they do.
Right.
Because I can say without any contradiction that I was the first person to pick the fishing law and move from the Western region to the Volta region with Professor Rumuna Tuguma, then Dr. Rumuna Tuguma, and Atakesin, educating fishermen on what the fisheries law says, and the implication of the arts and fishing law. I was the first person who started advocacy against pair trawling and against light fishing.
Right.
So I am not the type who would sit and say, allow ills to happen.
Yeah.
But there is a specific thing that collapses some sectors of the sector. And we say, that is not what happens.
Yeah.
Look, we have 12,500 canoes.
We have barely 1 minute to wrap up. So
I was in Philippines.
Yes.
What we call artisanal canoe here are serious commercial canoes in Philippines. These are commercial canoes. They are not artisanal canoes. If we do reclassification today, a lot more than 70% of the canoes will fall under commercial canoes. But those are not the issues we are discussing.
Right.
What we are discussing is whether the law is fair to people. They attempt to make it look like, look, we were in a meeting. I made that proposal that we could not do the extension.
Yes.
I remember Dr. Angela Lamte said, let's wait for the science.
Right.
The final word from the Honorable Minister was the document was going to go to one Professor Chemeni, and that when it comes back, we would proceed.
Right.
Then you hear that the law is in Parliament under certificate of emergency. I remember when the ministry wanted to increase our license fee to 200 It was an MP that called me.
Yeah.
And we spoke with them, and they held on. We went to meet with the president. We discussed what our issues were.
Yeah.
It's not the first time we would have to go back to Parliament and say, Parliament, hold on.
Yeah.
You are going to collapse us.
Right.
Because we felt that at the time, the 200, and we pay huge license fees.
Absolutely.
It's not like we fish for free.
Right. Okay. So
You understand? So they attempt to make it look like we are some foreigners. Am I a foreigner?
Yeah. No. Okay.
In my company, I have
Your
5
point is well
tuna vessels.
made, yeah.
I have 2 pole and line. I have 2 foreign flag vessels.
Yes.
We have 2 trawlers.
Yeah.
And you say I'm a foreigner. How am I a foreigner?
I get it. All right, so this one is from Ni Tete Mate, Jamestown. It says, canoe fishermen have suffered for years. The 12 miles will finally give us a chance to survive. Abigail in Accra says, for me, food security should be the focus. How will this bill affect fish prices in the market? That's what I care about. Abe in Elmina says, this matter is not just about fishermen, it's about Ghana's blue economy. Leaders must be careful. And Stanley Nkaswa says, moving industrial vessels further out will increase fuel costs. Who will pay for that? Eventually, it's us, the consumers. Well, those are your comments, and would like to say big thanks. Yes, you just want...
Yeah.
So our time is up. Maybe just 1 second and then we'll wrap up. Yeah.
Like he said, he's not somebody who sit and superintend over all these illegalities.
Yes.
But what is happening?
Yeah.
What is happening? Why are we even suffering? We have very good people, smart people like this. Why are we even having yellow card issues with the international community and so on and so forth? What we are saying is that, like he said,
yes,
some matters shouldn't, like I said in the beginning, we shouldn't even discuss some matters here.
Right.
These things are matters behind the scenes.
Yeah.
We're going to see the minister. The minister is making frantic efforts for us to meet and look at it, let the scientists and researchers come into it. And then you come here. Who dragged me here? I didn't come here.
Yes.
You understand?
We invited
Thank you. Why did you come here? Because he had been here first. You understand? And as my vice, even for him to come here without my knowledge is even another indictment.
There'll be a query.
That's also for another discussion. You understand? But then if you drag me anywhere in a public space, then we'll speak to the issues in public.
All right. I think that they have concerns that they have raised, and they've gone to the court.
Let me make one last point.
Yes.
You see, this is not the first time Ghana is having a yellow card. The first time Ghana had a yellow card was not about the trawlers. It was about the tuna sector.
Right.
This time it's about the trawler.
Yes.
And I told somebody, if the EU decide to look at the illegalities in the artisanal sector and slap a yellow card, we may not be able to come out of it.
Right.
With the trawlers, the reason they raised the yellow card was transshipment at sea.
Right.
It's been resolved.
Right.
The issue of the law has nothing to do with the trawlers.
Absolutely.
But if we decide that today, because of illegalities in the artisanal sector, we are slapping the yellow card, the way we are going about things, it's worse than the Galamsey. We may not be able to
okay. All right. So, viewers, this is how we draw the curtain on this week's edition of Our Import here on Metropolitan Television. We've been discussing the extension of Ghana's inshore exclusive zone from 6 nautical miles to 12 nautical miles. With us in the studios have been Mr. Rista Ni Amafio, who is the Vice President of the National Fisheries Association of Ghana, NAFAG, and Mr. Jojo Solomon, President, Ghana National Canoe Fishermen Council. He's also the President of NAFAG as well. Thank you very much indeed, sirs, for making a date. We entreat you to watch the abridged version of Our Import on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. on Ghana Television GTV. We say big thanks to our sponsors, Ghana Revenue Authority, Guel PLC, Serene Insurance, Ghana Link Network Services, Meridian Port Services, MPS, and indeed Phoenix Insurance. Remember, the show is powered by the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority-GPHA. God willing, next week we shall bounce back with another wonderful edition of your favorite Our Import program. My name is Kennedy Mona. Thank you so much for choosing us. Keep watching the rest of our programs here, and God willing, next week we'll see you again. Have a super and blessed week ahead.